Hey, what's up? Okay, so I thought we could do another how much I read in a week video. I think I've done this like one other time outside of like the weekly vacation vlogs that I do of like how much I read a week on vacation. But I'm currently reading Iron Flame. I started this a little while ago. I stopped reading for like a week and now I've kind of jumped back into it. So I'm on page 432 of 623. It's going well. I'm entertained. It kind of really picked up probably like 20 pages ago. So yeah, we're back to reading Iron Flame. I read Fourth Wing before last year, I think. And I don't know, I've been meaning to read this book for a while, so Iron Flame, and then I don't think I'm gonna read Onyx Storm after this. I think I might take a breather and then go back to Onyx Storm. But yeah, this is what we're reading so far. It is Monday, so we're gonna go 7 days, Monday to Sunday. And I'll update you later as to what I read. This is gonna be a non-spoiler reading vlog, just like overall feelings and thoughts. I think nothing too deep, don't want to spoil anything, but yeah, so this should be fun. I haven't done this in a while. I think it's been almost like a year. So yeah, we're gonna see how much I read and I'll catch you later. Okay. Hey, so I just started reading for the night, for the day. It's like 11-ish, so I'll be reading just for like a little bit, I feel. But yeah, so I'm reading Iron Flame, and the way that I heard it coming across when it first released was that it was kind of redoing some of the things that the first book did, and especially between like the relationship. But I've got to say that I'm like, at the same time, like, I get it, but also at the same time, it's not the same situation. Like, people are saying they were enemies to lovers in the first one and they went back to being enemies to lovers in the second one, which I don't really find accurate. And I don't think that's a spoiler, but sorry if it is, but I don't think so. I'm not really telling you anything, but like, I just don't think that that is accurate. People were saying that they liked the first one more than the second one, and I have to say that I think that is true for me as well. This book was entertaining. Like I said, like I really got into it like a few pages ago, like 20-ish pages. It really like picked up for me, but kind of like where we are now, I don't know. Something about it just isn't calling to me as it was like maybe like 20 pages ago. Or I should say like before part 2, because apparently I didn't realize, but this book is set up between part 1 and part 2. Oh, here it is. And I'd have to say that things were really interesting, like leading up to this part 2 separation. And now we're here and I'm entertained as well, but like not as I was before. So I'm kind of wondering what's gonna happen here. I have a feeling that it's kind of gonna be like what happened at the end of Fourth Wing, kind of going into that sort of situation, maybe without like the plot twist, because I did guess that plot twist. I'm not gonna say what it was, but yeah. I'm not really sure where we're going. You know, like I feel like I know where the end game is, but like I can't say I'm gonna be very entertained by that. And I heard that this series is gonna be like 5 books, and I'm just wondering where we're gonna go with Onyx Storm. But yeah, that's where I am, and so I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, hey, something that so I'm actually doing a Iron Flame reading vlog at the same time, and this is non-spoiler, but I have been, at some point when I started reading this book, I'm not sure if it was like 100 pages in or 200 pages in, but I've started to mention to the vlog, I suppose, how many times I've seen the word fallen in the context of like, oh, I fell for you, or he fell for me, or blah blah blah, right? Just because it began to happen so much that I was like, it's starting to bother me, and I was like, I've got to mention this to the video every time I see it. And I don't remember the last time I saw it. It couldn't have been very long ago, but now I'm on page 446 and it says, I would have fallen right then. I don't know, it's just something that keeps coming up. And last time when I was reading Fourth Wing, my version of the fallen word was violence. I love that in this book he's not calling her violence, but in Fourth Wing it was nonstop. And I remember that specifically because it bothered me so much. Like, I was like, please just call her Violet. Give her another nickname. Like, I don't know what it was about violence specifically as a nickname that bothered me so much. And honestly, I haven't really encountered that in any other book where I've just picked up on words that are repeated over and over again and I'm like, I'm so annoyed. Like, I can't remember any other book that's done that to me. And for some reason, I don't know what is with like Fourth Wing and Iron Flame, where these words are just like repeated so much that I'm like getting tired of them. Violence as a nickname, I just hated it. And now it's like, I fell for him, I fell for you, I would have fallen for him, I would fall for you. Like, something about it, like, I don't know what it is, but it's like bothering me so much. And I have no reason why. I have no explanation. But yeah, I just wanted to fill you in on that bit of my reading journey so far because it came up again and I was like, you know, but yeah. It's funny. It's funny. Just as I reference the violence nickname, on the next page, he calls her Violence? Question mark? Like, I don't know what it is about the nickname that just like irks me, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I'll give it a pass because I feel like I haven't heard the nickname in a while. But I'm watching you. I'm not gonna forget this. Hey, so I'm gonna wrap up reading for tonight. I'm leaving off on page 478, and I started reading on page 432, which is 46 pages for today. And we'll see how much I read tomorrow, but we've made some progress, and I'm gonna go to bed. But yeah, I'll be reading tomorrow, and I'll see you then. Okay, bye. Hey guys, it's Wednesday. No, it's Tuesday. Technically it's Wednesday because it's like midnight, but it's Tuesday. I just got back home. I just got settled, okay? And I'm like tired, but I also wanted to read a little bit. I don't think I'm gonna be recording much. I'm gonna try to read like 10 pages, mostly because it's a how much I read in a week video. Yeah, I haven't been reading much lately. Like I said, I think I mentioned this, but like last week I didn't read basically anything, I think. So I'm really trying to get back in the groove of reading. Honestly, if you weren't here, I'd probably just like go to bed or just like hang out in my room and then go to bed. But since I'm trying to read and be good about finishing this book ASAP, I'm gonna read. Yeah, I'm gonna see how much I read right now, but I'm just gonna get comfortable and I'm gonna read, I think. I'm gonna do that. But yeah, I'll update you later, and if not, I'll see you tomorrow. Don't worry. Okay, bye. Hello, it is Wednesday. I know. I did not read anything yesterday. Actually, I just literally got ready and like, well, I was gonna say I went to bed, but I actually finished up the last episode of Bridgerton because I only had half an hour left, and then I went to bed. So yeah, that is what I did yesterday. I did intend on reading, but then I was just like, I felt kind of lazy, so I was like, you know what? No. Right now, it is late. I'm not gonna lie to you, it is late. Did I tell you I just got out of the shower? Yeah, I just got out of the shower, and I'm gonna read Iron Flame. Yes, I'm filming you on my laptop right now. So sorry about the quality. I hope this is okay. But yeah, I got home late last night. I went to the movies. I saw Pulp Fiction, and it's not my first watch. It's my second time watching it, I believe. And can I just say that I forgot, I'm not even kidding you, like 96% of that movie. Like, I knew little pieces, like very tiny pieces. I knew more like bullet points of things that I saw and I remember that were like engraved in my brain, but like the entirety of the plot was basically brand new, so it was like a brand new watch for me, which was crazy. But yeah, they reissued Pulp Fiction for some reason. I'm not actually sure why, but yeah, so I went to go see that. But now I'm going to read Iron Flame. I just thought I'd fill you in on what I was doing yesterday, because I don't think I ever told you what I was doing. Anyway, I'm gonna read Iron Flame. We'll see how much we can read tonight. Hopefully it's a good chunk. Maybe not a good chunk, maybe like half a chunk. And then, yeah, I'll fill you in tomorrow about what I read. Mostly because it's kind of dark in here, and I was gonna use my little tiny light that right now is charging. I'm gonna do that right now. I'm gonna read. Okay, bye. Hello, happy Thursday. Yesterday I read 15 pages, not too much. I read from page 478 to 493, so we're still making our way through this. And I've come to the conclusion that I'm not gonna be reading Onyx Storm directly after this. I just don't know. It's been a little while. I feel like, actually, I think I told you this. It's been since like part 2 started that I haven't been like super interested in what's going on. I'm still like curious as to what's gonna happen. I'm just like not dying to read, and dare I say not excited to read. Like, there has been like some books, I haven't felt this way since like November, since the book I read in November, but when I like am really into a book, like I will do nothing but think about it and want to read. And it's been a few months since I felt like that, and I'm just not feeling that way with this book right now. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's because it kind of like slowed down since then and not much is happening, but yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So I think I might give this a break after I finish this book, like give the whole series a break. I do have Onyx Storm. I am planning to read that at some point because I have it, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of how I'm feeling right now. So I feel like when I finish this book, I'm gonna take a break. Last time I took a break, I took about like, I don't remember when I finished that book actually. I finished that in, I think, January of 2024. So like, oh, 2 years ago? Ooh. I don't know why I thought it was like less time, but saying 2 years just sounds gross. I don't know. I don't like the passage of time. It freaks me out, okay? So when I say I like recently finished it, I mean like to me I recently finished it, but honestly it was like 2 years ago. I do not want to wait 2 years. I can't even think about 2 years in the future. Seriously, it freaks me out. I don't like it. But yeah, that's how I'm feeling right now. Anyway, I'm gonna read right now for a little bit. I'm gonna see how this goes. No, sorry, that just completely like kind of freaked me out. The whole situation about like 2 years. Anyway, yeah, I freaked myself out. Anyway, I'm gonna read. I hope to finish this. Now I'm kind of weird about finishing this book, honestly. I just put thoughts of time passing in my head. Anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna read right now. I'll let you know what occurs if anything fun, interesting happens, but yeah, I'm gonna read. Anyway, I'll update you. Things have picked up and dragons are back, okay? Dragons were always there, but now we have like another dragon and we have a conflict, if I can say that. Yeah, we can say that, right? There's dragon conflict. And I like dragons, okay? Yeah. Hello, what's up? Am I blurry? I feel like I'm blurry. I've been reading tonight. I'm gonna go to bed right now, but I wanted to fill you in on how many pages I've read. Hold on, I'm trying to... This is how much I've read, like this sliver right here. I started off on page 493, ended on page 555, and I've read 62 pages today, and I only have 68 pages left of the book, and hopefully I'll finish it tomorrow. We're kind of in the last fight battle, I guess, like we did in like Fourth Wing. It's basically doing that again. I don't know how I feel about this book. Like, I think I know my rating right now. I tend to know my rating like midway or 3/4 of the way through, and as I keep reading, that's just the rating that has stuck, and so I have a feeling that's what's gonna happen. Yeah, going into this last stretch, I mean, like, I want to know what happens, but I'm not dying to know what happens, if you know what I mean. Like, yeah, I'd be like interested to know, but honestly, I could read a summary about it and be done with it. But yeah, so we're almost done. I hope I can finish this tomorrow, and then we can go to another book. And also, like, I don't think I have an attachment to any of these characters, which seems sad to say. Even when I read the first one, I don't really think I had an attachment to anybody. Yeah, that's how it's going right now. So I'll fill you in tomorrow on how much I read and if I finish this book or not. So yeah, I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey, what's up? It's Friday. I haven't read yet. 68 pages to go. I don't know if I'm gonna finish it today, okay? I thought I'd be reading more this week, I'm not gonna lie to you. But this is ultra realistic actually for the book I'm reading currently. I just got into bed. My blanket just got out of the dryer, so it's really nice. It's nice and warm, and I'm nice and warm. So I'm gonna read and I'll get back to you. You know, updates here and there. Yeah, I don't wanna overwhelm this vlog with b-roll. That's why I haven't been recording much. I'll just update you if something cool, or update with feelings of how things go and things. You know what I mean. So yeah, I'll update you soon. Bye bye. Hey, so I'm actually like 13 pages away from finishing this book right now, so I'm gonna do that. Basically, I didn't think I was gonna read this much, honestly. I thought I was just gonna read a few pages, maybe like 20 pages, and like go to bed, but it's been a hot minute. Yeah, they're in like the final stretch, like a battle situation, you know, just like the last book. There was just something unveiled, and I wouldn't exactly call it a plot twist, like just like a plot surprise. I don't know. But yeah, that happened, and now I'm just here like 13 pages away from the end. I think I know how it's gonna end. I mean, I guess we'll find out, but yeah, that's it. I'm gonna keep reading, and I'll get back to you on everything else. Hey, what's up? Sorry, my camera ran out of battery, but I just finished Iron Flame. I just wanted to fill you in on how many pages I read today. I finished it up, so that is 68 pages that I read today. It's 2 o'clock in the morning. I need to go to bed. We finished it up. I will be talking about this later. I need to I know what my rating is. I had a feeling what my rating was about like halfway, 3/4 of the way through. I think I told you this already. I'm not gonna talk about this right now, actually. I was gonna say something about the ending, but I was like, you know what, let's wait. So yeah, 68 pages today. I'll come back to you tomorrow, and I will be starting a new book tomorrow. That's the only thing I wanted to fill you in on. Okay. Okay, bye. Hey, I think it's been like 2, maybe 3 days since I finished, what's it called? Iron Flame. Yeah, like 2 days. This is the 3rd day. What? It doesn't matter. And I just wanted to wrap up the conclusion on Iron Flame, just like non-spoiler reviews and thoughts. I was interested to get back to Fourth Wing, and because it's been so long and I've just had this on my TBR forever, so that's the reason why I wanted to read it. When I think back to like the beginning, obviously I know our like 2 main characters, Violet and Satan, but beyond that I couldn't really remember many other characters that were involved. But this book I don't even know. Utterly addictive is not quite the word I would use, but I don't know. I feel like I wanted to like this a lot, but that just wasn't the case. I just have like a bulleted list of things that I think. It was 1, predictable. 2, the same conflict as last time. Obviously, like there's like a war going on in this world, so that kind of I feel like is gonna impact our whole series, but it didn't feel new. You know what I mean? Obviously it's not gonna feel new because you already know what they are or who you're fighting against, but at the same time I feel like it should be refreshing in a way. Like give me something more, but I just got kind of like the same characteristic as last time. Maybe try to expand on your enemy. Just give me more on them and you know why they're doing this, all etc etc. Like give me something new to be interested about with these enemies other than they're the bad guys and we have to like defeat them. You know what I mean? Some parts I am gonna say were entertaining, very scarcely throughout the book. It was just like little tiny pockets of entertainment that I had, but again, like the characters, I feel like I should have cared more about the characters. I know I keep saying this, but characters are really where I like characters, okay? Like I want depth, I want relationship dynamics and all of that, but I feel like I just wasn't attached to anyone in particular, and for that reason it was like the impact of whether or not someone might die was just not effective on me. Like I wasn't concerned about anyone because I didn't really care about any of the characters in the book. Something that I heard going into Iron Flame was that it was a copy paste of the dynamic that was in Fourth Wing. I don't agree with that statement because it's not really the same dynamic that they had in the first book, but it is repetitive in this book. They'll have a conflict, they'll wait it out. It'll come up again, they'll wait it out, and it'll come back again. Like it's a repetitive thing. We can't ever overcome this, and that's where like the cliffhanger comes in. Like I was just like, I frankly did not care. I didn't care about the cliffhanger. I feel like if I didn't already have the third book, that I would not get it, at least until like maybe like a few months, maybe even a year from now, if I'm interested in what's going on in that world. Like then I would pick it up, but I did buy the third book, so that means I will be reading it. And honestly, I haven't heard great things about Onyx Storm, and that makes me curious as to what's gonna happen with the rest of the series, because I think there's supposed to be 5 books in the series, and right now with this one, like I don't even care that much to continue. So that's how I'm feeling on this. And yeah, I'm filming this after the fact, so we're gonna get back into the video. Oh, a rating. Okay, so I originally thought I was gonna give this a 3.5, and I've come to the conclusion that I can't do that. That's kind of the rating that I had in the back of my head. I'm gonna give this a 3.4. I don't think it's quite at a 3.5 star rating, but I feel like 3.4 might be better. I was thinking about 3.3. I'm going back and forth on it, honestly, but for right now I'm giving it a 3.4 stars, which is it's like a difference from the first one. I think the first one I rated 4.2. I was really entertained by that one. It was the first time going into this world, and yeah, I think I just like the idea of going into new worlds, and that really impacted my rating on that one. But yeah, from a 4.2 to a 3.4 rating, I feel is a big difference. So that's how I'm feeling on Iron Flame, and let's get back into the video. Hello. So I've started to read Project Hail Mary. I'm only on page 20 so far, but I am reading. So yeah, I have watched trailers for the movie, and I did hear that there are like some spoilers in the trailers, and obviously I think I've seen all of the trailers, not by my own will, but I've still seen them. So the first chapter is not really a mystery for me. I already know like kind of like the premise and everything, so yeah, I'm still intrigued though. Like I feel like I know a lot about the plot, or maybe I don't even know. It's like a science fiction book, it's like a space book, but like I don't know what he's doing up there, you know what I mean? So yeah, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows it's a space book because it's literally on the cover of the book. So okay, I'll see you soon. Hey, what's up? It's Sunday, day 7, but I wanted to fill you in on what I read yesterday, and kind of where I am in the book right now. Okay, so yesterday we started Project Hail Mary, and I read from page 3 to 56. It starts on page 3. So I read 53 pages yesterday, and I'm liking this one. Like right off the bat, I'm liking it more than Iron Flame. I haven't read much today, I think. I'm on page 68. Yeah, I think I just started... No, I think I'm finishing up chapter 4, if that's correct. Yeah, I've only like 3 or 4 pages left in the chapter. So, yeah, I'm on page 68, and I'm liking it. It has like a dual timeline going on right now, but yeah, I'm intrigued. I know like the circumstances around kind of like why, you know, he was sent up to space, but like nothing too detailed. Like, I know the underlying reason of why, I just don't know like what the mission is, you know what I mean? But I feel like I can say that, but yeah, that's how we're faring so far. I am going to read right now, and I'll fill you in, like I feel like today, so we can kind of like wrap up this week of reading. And I was just curious because I did this video last year, I think probably like in January, so like a little bit over a year ago, and at that time I was reading One Dark Window, and I think we may have started Two Twisted Crowns, but I remember One Dark Window specifically, I was so into that book, and I think that really has a lot to play. Like, it really does factor in into like how much I read in a week, because like I said, like Iron Flame has not, well, did not grip me. I don't know what that was. Did not grip me in the same way that One Dark Window did, because like One Dark Window, I remember being so into that book where I was just like finishing up, like I still read around the same time, like at night. Sometimes I read like in the afternoon, but most of the time it's at night. Like I'm pretty sure this is the exact same setting that we did last year. But yeah, I read last year actually 509 pages in the week, and we are significantly lower this week. Plus last year I did actually read every day in the week, and we missed Tuesday on day 2. We missed day 2 of our reading vlog because I just was not feeling it. And I feel like, again, it comes down to your choice of book and what you're reading and everything. So yeah, I kind of have like a calculation going on right now, and I'm not liking the number I'm seeing, but that's just how my week goes. And I feel like this is an accurate representation of what happens when I'm not into a book. Like, that's why like, I'll push through. I feel like I try not to DNF a book. Like, I try so hard. And even when I do DNF, it's like a very soft DNF because, you know, like I'm gonna come back to that later, but I'm gonna take a break. And I do that rarely. So I always try to push through. And when I try to push through, it takes a little bit of time to get through the book. Especially Iron Flame being like 623 pages. It was a little bit longer than I would have liked, especially with my interest level of it. So yeah, but I think we're doing very well with Project Hail Mary. I'm gonna read, and yeah, I'll fill you in. Okay, sorry, I was about to turn you on, but then I realized you've been on this whole time. I'm gonna reference Interstellar, okay? The idea of being put to sleep to then send you out into space that could take years freaks me out. I don't know what it is, but I don't like it. I don't like the idea of me going to space, going to sleep, feels like probably like 5 minutes, waking up, then realize that probably like 5 years, 7 years have passed on Earth. It freaks me out. And to go along with that, that whole sequence in Interstellar of, what was the planet called? I don't remember the name of the planet. You know the planet that I'm talking about though. The planet that was entirely water, that 1 hour there was 7 years on Earth. It freaks me out. I don't like it. I don't like it. The idea of like being in space, like it doesn't attract me. Like people are gonna say like, oh, like do you want to go to space if you had the opportunity? I'm like, no, I want to stay here. Maybe like in the future if they find out like teleporting, like I'll be fine with it. Like give me a portal, I'll jump through. Like yeah, I'll go to another planet that way, but I'm not getting on a ship for who knows how long for a time to pass. Like that's not for me. That is not for me. Freaks me out. I don't like it. That's all I wanted to say about that situation, but genuinely I don't like it. It freaks me out. Hey, what's up? So I've decided to stop reading for the night. I read exactly 50 pages today and I've made progress. I am on page 1, I just finished up page 106, so 107. And by the way, the planet I was mentioning from Interstellar, they mentioned, I don't know why, I was reading this and they just mentioned interstellar, like the word interstellar. And I was like, what was the name of the planet? And I was like, Miller's Planet. That was the name of the planet. So I did remember eventually. The water planet that I was talking about earlier, Miller's Planet. We're getting into like the time stuff, you know, like how much time has passed. And again, really freaky deaky to me. Like it makes me uncomfortable. But yeah, I am intrigued. There's dual timelines happening right now, and honestly, I'm more interested in the past timeline. You know, that's kind of figuring out, you know, what happened to lead us to where we are right now on this ship. But yeah, that's the storyline that really intrigues me the most. At the same time, it is entertaining, and this does have a lot more sciencey conversations happening than Dark Matter did. I'm still intrigued, but at the same time, it's like repeated multiple times to make sure it sinks into your head. You know what I mean? Which is good in one case, because I'm like, sometimes I do need reiteration of these topics just to, one, remember them and then understand them. So that's good, at least. But yeah, I am making progress. And honestly, now that I kind of know what was happening in the, I'm not going to mention anything specifically, but now that I know what was happening in the past timeline, the trailers that I have seen, I feel like are a spoiler. Like I know what I saw in the trailers, and I feel like I know something that I shouldn't know, and I have that in the back of my head as I'm reading this book, because I'm like, okay, I've seen that, how do we end up there? You know what I mean? Which at the same time is very intriguing for me, but also would have been like kind of a, maybe like a plot twist. I don't know how it's gonna go, like developmentally, I don't know how it's gonna develop. But if you haven't seen the trailers, if you haven't seen the movie and you want to watch the book, ignore all of the trailers. I feel like, even though none of that has occurred yet, I feel like it is a spoiler. Just, I don't know, coming from someone who's seen that and doesn't know much about what's going on here, I feel like that's connected. And yeah, I don't know how I don't think I like that, because if what I'm thinking of does happen, then I don't understand why you would put that in the trailer, because that's like a huge thing. I know you don't know what I'm talking about, or maybe you do, but that's how I'm feeling right now. Anyway, I'll meet up with you tomorrow for like calculations and everything. Yeah, I don't feel like doing that right now. So I'll see you tomorrow, okay? Okay, bye. Hey, what's up? It's Monday, and I wanted to wrap up our video and kind of get a final number as to how many pages I read this week. So on day 1, I read 46 pages. Day 2, 0 pages. Day 3, 15 pages. Day 4, 62 pages. Day 5, 68 pages. Day 6, 53 pages. And day 7, 50 pages. And altogether, that is 294 pages for the week, which honestly, I haven't done this that many times to understand whether or not that's normal, but it's interesting. Like last year, I read 509 pages, but again, I was really into the book. And this one, I do feel like this is not how most of my reading experiences go. Like, especially for like Iron Flame, I was definitely less interested than I usually am. And that's why, again, like day 2, I didn't read any pages because I just really wasn't in the mood to read. And I find that even when I'm not in the mood to read, but I have the right book, like I'll read it because I just want to know what's happening in that book and how it's gonna like go. So I do feel like it was a book choice this time that definitely impacted our overall pages read. I am gonna continue Project Hail Mary. I'm actually really interested in what's going on in that story right now. So that's my current read, if you were wondering. That's it. That's all I really have to say. It was honestly, considering for the past like even before the week that we just had, like the past 2 weeks, I don't think I'd been reading anything whatsoever. So that really kind of put me back in the groove of reading every day. And at least like now I'm done with Iron Flame and I can move on to something else. So that is all for today. I hope you liked the video. If you did, give it a like, subscribe maybe, and if you want to keep up with me anywhere else, all my socials are linked down below. I'll see you in the next one. Okay, bye.